The guru is live.
Good morning. We're talking about preparing a home for sale this morning. We're in the hottest market in over 30 years, probably the hottest market in recorded history in the United States on how hot this market is. It depends on how you calculate that, of course, but we are in an extremely hot market. So do you have to think about how to prepare a home for sale? Yes. And the quick answer here is yes, yes, yes. Otherwise, you'll leave dollars on the table. I never want you to leave a dollar on the table for the person that you're representing, which is the seller in this situation, because you need referrals. You're looking to put together a referral business. You need a relationship. And you want them to have the dollars from the largest asset that they have likely in their life, which is their home. This morning, we're taking apart how to prepare that home so that you don't leave a dollar on the table. And you make it easy and simple for the seller to see what's happening and follow right along with you. And we'll take it apart right after this.
So, Rod, what does it mean? 7 minutes to a new career.
Well, in 7 minutes, we can have a cup of coffee. We can talk career goals and how we're going to help you make the biggest career move in your life.
That's right. There's a lot of things that Mountain Hood Realty has to offer, and Rod is a ball of energy.
I love the career, and I want to share with you my passion for building your business bigger than you ever thought it could be.
Come spend 7 minutes with us. We look forward to it.
Talk to you soon.
The guru is back.
All right, grab your cup of coffee this morning. I'm sitting my Black Rifle coffee this morning. And we are taking apart how to prepare a home for sale. And of course, you still have to do this even in a crazy seller's market. So how do you begin to think about it? Well, first, it's the seller needs to focus. This is one of the most difficult things that you will be confronted with right up front, is getting your seller of the home to actually focus on selling the home. Now, let me tell you, if you haven't been doing this business long, all of the agents out there that have been doing it a long time know something. And that is the seller is thinking about the next place they're going to, and they have given up the thought of the home that they're currently in. They're no longer thinking about it. Mentally, they have moved on. You have to remain focused. This is your future business. Putting this together, you don't want complaints. You want referral business. You want to look like a shiny penny in this. And how do you do it? Well, first you have to focus, get the people to focus on the moving and the cleaning parts. Moving and cleaning. And that is more difficult than what you might initially think. But now let's put our head into the buyers. The buyer is looking for their home and what their home is going to look like. So when they come and look at your seller's home, they're thinking to themselves, well, this is a mess, or whatever the home looks like. While your sellers have mentally moved on, they're down the street somewhere at some other house thinking, won't it be wonderful to upgrade, upsize or downsize or move to a different environment? They have mentally moved on, and you have to refocus them, because when you have buyers that come in, they are looking for their home. When their home is your listing. That's the trick here. So you have to get the focus back on, let's make sure we're not leaving a single dollar on the table. And how do you do that? You prepare the home. You prepare the home well. You prepare the home fairly and naturally for what is happening in that market. For those market conditions, let's take a sip of coffee this morning. So looking at preparing a home, You want to get that home as neutral as possible. Try to get the home on the colors inside and the decorations neutral. There is a way to do this. Of course, it might include painting. But neutral isn't only paint, it's decor. It's how crowded is the home. It's the everything about the home. You've been in a lot of homes. You're a professional in the real estate market now. You went and got licensed. This is your chosen career. And now you are getting ready to advise somebody on the largest asset they have in their life. They put their trust in you. They've signed a contract for you to actually do this. And now you've got to bring it to the table, and you've got to be bold. You got to be bold in your statements, fair but bold. Now, if you can't make anybody do something they don't want to do, I understand. They don't want to do it. Well, how do you change that? I can't. However, you can show them the path of wealth. They've lived in this wonderful home. Somebody else wants to live in this wonderful home, and you don't want them to leave $1 on the table. By that, I mean you want to sell the home for the largest fair market value that the home can represent. A trashy looking home will not get the largest fair market value. Even in a seller's market, I know people, before I even get comments saying, well, this is a seller's market, Rod, offers are coming in like crazy. But those offers may be representing we know they will be. They'll be representing a condition of the home. And that condition is often part of your advice as the professional. Okay, how does all this happen? How do we pull this together? Well, we have to prioritize. We have to take a look at other listings in the area. What is happening with that neighbor? This is where your knowledge of the market is incredibly important. Your knowledge, your prowess of the market, your acumen of the business of real estate. Real estate is a business. We're not out here just, playing games. This isn't some hobby. This is an actual business, and they are in reliance upon you to bring the business correctly to them. So we are going to talk about the 4 R's. The 4 R's that will help you anytime you can give someone a list, particularly a seller or a buyer, but a different kind of list for a buyer. Anytime you can give them a list, it allows them, remember the focus, it allows them to focus on something. So our first part, the first part of the list is remove things. And we'll dig into removing things. The second one is simply repaint. A fresh coat of paint on something is huge. And these aren't necessarily in exacting order. They're just 4 items. Third one is repair. You may have things that need to be repaired. We'll go over a few things that are commonly missed in the repair agenda. Then reclean. Now, reclean. This has to happen several times because cleaning is a big deal. And after a house just sits, it becomes dusty. And even a dusty house may not represent as well as you want it to. This is tough. All right, remove the clutter. Get it out. Actually, you can tell them, look, why don't we bring in a drop box? Why don't we bring in something? Bring in a U-Haul. Probably not a U-Haul, in that if it's going to take longer, it could be. They have these pods, the drop boxes and the pods. There's all kinds of things out there now. In order to create the concept of space in a home, people have more stuff in their home than they actually need to live. We all know this as we go around from home to home to home to home, and we're walking through the little trails in the home thinking, wow, I thought this was going to be a big home. If you measured the home, it probably is, but it's all their stuff. Well, you start removing some of that stuff. You create the concept of space. The same room can look larger. The same house can look larger if you remove some of the stuff away from it. Let me take another sip of coffee this morning. If you are liking the show, I would love it if you'd hit that like button. This helps me know that on this particular topic, you want to hear more of this topic. These kind of topics to help you build your business, where we drill down. This comes directly from a comment. I'm looking to help you build your business bigger than ever imagined. And how we do that is we go directly to the point of need. Often that it comes directly from you, the consumer of this information. Hit that like button. That means that tells me a comment. You don't even have to write anything, even though I love it when you make a comment. If you don't even write anything, though, it tells me something directly. That is, you like this content and it's working for you. So hit that like button if it's working for you. All right, packing up, into a pod, into a truck, into something. Have them not just pack boxes, because you want the home to look great. Have them actually pack and remove. Remember, the first one is remove. It's not just pack. It's not pack and stack. Now, maybe they can put it into a garage. That can work to some degree until the garage gets so full that you can't even believe it. You can't even see the garage anymore. Pack and remove as much as possible. It creates the concept of space. And with space, then we have something to work with, because people can say, oh, my furniture will fit in here. Because you have some furniture. You have it staged. Work with your seller on what pieces to keep in the home that makes it look well staged. Even in this seller's market, people are always impacted by staging. That's why the staging companies out there do so well. And we're talking about actual staging with physical furniture, as well as the furniture that we put onto a slide. It's that imagery that can be put into a picture. It's not real. I've had people say, I want that furniture in the house. And I've had to tell them, it's not real. Take a look at the bottom of the slide. It's an image that was brought in. Some of the imagery, I believe the name of the company is Box Brownie. That they're one of the many companies out there that do it, that can virtually stage your home and make it look terrific. But when they get there and it's been virtually staged, you don't want a bunch of clutter that's been left in the house on top of that. You either want the home vacant, but better than vacant, you want it properly staged by removing a bunch of things. Okay, repaint. There's a bunch of things to repaint. But when you repaint, you have to think about color choice. Color choice is a big deal. Color choice, making it a neutral color, often earth tone type colors, instead of going, a bold purple in a room. Although I've seen some nice accent walls, well, my wife has told me because I can't see it, some nice accent walls that work well in a home. But not the whole home in some dark color. So repaint and do it in natural tones. Okay, patch holes. Don't forget to patch the holes. Patching holes is not a difficult thing. You can have a contractor come in and for minimal dollars, go through and patch a bunch of little holes. And all these little pinholes, you're pulling pictures out of the walls and it's leaving these little pinholes. You think it doesn't matter. People will see it. It does matter. It makes the home look trashy. You don't want it. What might represent a home to look terrific in one way After things are removed, if they leave holes, you have something now that you don't want. You don't want a bunch of holes. Now, if the holes are tiny, even painting may fill the hole. That's quite possible. I mean, I'm no hole expert on filling a drywall hole, but I know that even by painting, some tiny little hole may end up being filled just simply by painting it. The paint itself has enough body to it. So think about dingy walls. Think about things that aren't looking sharp. They're not, screaming out at the buyer, look how good I look. This is when you think about painting, and painting can be a world of difference on everything. You don't want odd colors. If you of course, white is always fine because it brightens up a room. White, off-white, eggshell, yellows. I don't think I'd go Pepto-Bismol pink, even though it's bright. It may not be a great color choice for you. Repainting walls inside, repainting the outside of the home as well. This is all in preparing the home for a coming sale. Before you don't want to be doing this while the home is being sold. That's not a wise choice. People walk in and see, they're going to get that impression that, oh, this wasn't so good. I see you're having to paint up. And you are leaving on the table first impression. What you want is the first impression to be, wow. That's the impression you want. That is what you want to leave the buyer with is, wow, this is awesome. This is pristine. This is what I want. This is what I want for my family. And they're willing to make a bid up and start competitively with their bids. Again, I know you can sell a house right now. There's no question in my mind about you selling a house. All the houses are going to sell. You can probably sell a cardboard box for someone to live in right now. We're so short of inventory. We're crazy short of inventory. So everything's going to sell. However, if you don't want to leave $1 on the table, follow the 4 R's. The 4 R's will allow you to come to a point that you have the home looking as good as it can possibly look. There are some choices you're simply not going to make. And we're going to talk about those in repairs. Sipping a little more coffee this morning. Trying not to spill the coffee. Okay, repairs. You got to repair damaged items. If you don't repair damaged items in advance, I can nearly guarantee you the repaired items will come to you in a repair addendum. So you have an offer, you're like, oh, this is a terrific offer, but you had some damaged walls, you had some damaged floor, you had some damaged things. Hopefully it wasn't a roof or a foundation. Those are very expensive often. But you need to repair the things you can repair. Plan for those things that you don't plan to repair. Maybe you do a write-up about it or give them a credit for it. But there are things that you can repair and you should repair because they don't cost that much. And people will always ask for them. So let's talk about a category that is so sensitive. All we can do is hit it straight on and get your comments. Pets. I'm not talking about repairing the actual pet, obviously. I'm talking about repairing the pet doors and the damage that pets do to a home. I love my pets. We have outdoor cats, barn cats. We have dogs in the house. Pets will do damage to the house, even if it's unintentional. We have wonderful trained pets, but they still end up doing damage to a home. Prior to going live, you've got to think about repairing the pet damage. It might be scratches on a cupboard because they know where their treats are at. It might be scratches on the side of the door outside or on the inside because they want to go in or out. It might be a dirty pet door. We have pet doors built into our doors so they can let themselves out into the yard. And the pet doors themselves end up getting dirty and dingy. They don't look so good. You've got to think about washing it. All it is soap and water, and they end up looking so much better. Because as they come and go over the months, these things get dirty and they don't look good. Also, all the areas where you do the pet feeding, the pet watering, the pet food, these areas can be dingy, they can be dirty, and you should pick these areas up prior to showing. That way you're not calling out directly that there are pets in the home. I always say, if at all possible, can the seller please go somewhere else for the weekend? Because the home is going to sell fast. We're in a seller's market. They don't have to be gone 60 days. Usually a weekend is all you're going to need right now. You put on that open house. You have a ton of showings. And if you can eliminate damaged areas. Broken windows is another one. Broken windows, broken screens. These are items that are absolutely going to be called out in a repair addendum. Drippy faucets. Now, if it's a minor drip, no big deal. But particularly, if you have a drip underneath in the little S curve down there, you've got to have this fixed. But even if it's not that, if it's just the faucet doing a constant drip, 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 that's too much. That's going to be called out by an inspector. They're going to put it on a repair addendum, and it's something that you could have caught in advance. And let me tell you, let's go back to relationship here. You want to make a great relationship with your seller? You go through and do a pre-inspection of the home as a buyer yourself. Pull up your list, walk through as a buyer, and then be honest with the seller. Here are the things I see and the things I would be requesting as a repair addendum. Now, it's tough. People don't like to do this, but you will earn the respect of the seller because then they're going to see you're taking it seriously. Stained carpets is another one. Stains on carpets. When you go through the home, you need to put on the list. We're going to be requesting, you're acting like the buyer. We're going to be requesting for a carpet cleaning because nobody wants to step into a home and have huge stains on the carpet. If the stains are of a type that simply can't be remedied through a cleaning, and I understand some carpets are so old, they simply can't easily be remedied that way. Well, you need to do a disclosure about it. Maybe you're going to do a carpet allowance and think about giving them a carpet allowance. Because preparing the home through either fixing things or disclosures, one or the other, it needs to be done. You need to do this so you are preparing the people that are coming to the home, that you've already thought of it. They don't need to put it on a repair addendum. You've already thought of this process. This earns the respect of your seller. This creates a great relationship, and this creates trust, which comes back around to creating a great referral for you. All right, let's talk about something about switch plates. So, these are the up and down things, how you turn your lights on and off, as well as the plug-ins. If they can't be cleaned, and things get old, I know, they simply get old. If they can't be cleaned, you simply need to go to the store and buy some. And make sure you get the correct color, because you don't want the color off from the item itself and the plate that goes around. I'm not talking about rewiring the house. I'm talking about putting on a new plate to clean it up. Some of these things get so old, they can't easily be cleaned. They're not that expensive. You can go through and change a bunch of these things out. Minimal dollars, and your place all of a sudden brightens up and it looks terrific. All right, reclean is our fourth R. Reclean. Well, this is tough. People don't like to clean. Let me give you a little secret here. A secret for success, a secret that seasoned agents know. And if you're just getting in this business, you need to know this. As seasoned agents, we will often hire a cleaner to come in. That's how we get the house clean. You're not going to do it yourself. You hire a cleaner to come in. Maybe you're going to be out $300. So I don't know, whatever it is, it's worth it because then you have the house sparkling. You ask the people, can they go to the beach? Can they go somewhere for the weekend? Give them an opportunity to get out of town while you do your business. Just prior to that, you have the cleaner come in and go through the home and make it sparkle. I've even seen agents get so specific with this that when they have the floor vacuum, they want the lines in the floor to look new. They want the lines from the vacuuming to look like it's been freshly, newly vacuumed. That is attention to detail. The buyers love it. They don't walk in and say, oh, it's been freshly vacuumed. No, they walk in and say, this looks great. Look, I can see myself living here. It makes a huge mental impression. All right. Wash the windows. Something no one wants to do. And something, if you're going to have a cleaner come in, you want to talk to them in advance about washing windows. A lot of them won't do it. It's not that they hate it. It takes a lot of time. So it will cost you extra to have windows washed. And the little tracks need to be cleaned out because it looks bad. It's healthier for the window to have it cleaned, of course. But it can be difficult to have windows cleaned. In and out. This makes the home sparkle. Kitchens, showers, bathtubs. These things need to be cleaned. And I hate to even mention it, but don't forget the toilet. Toilets, we always tell people, don't use the toilet. You're in someone else's home right now. But you know what happens? Someone says, I can't wait. And they go in there and use it anyway. And then they see the mess. Make sure things are looking as good as possible. I'm not asking you to make it look brand new. That's not the point here. What you're trying to do is make it look as good as possible so that you're not leaving $1 on the table. You're going to get as much of the fair market value of this home as can possibly be gained. This will earn the respect of your seller. It will earn you referral business. People will take note of this. You have pulled off an amazing job. It's a lot of work to prep a home. You start prepping homes in all these ways, it takes time to even go through and make the list. And I'm talking about a home that is in good shape. It still takes time because living condition is not selling condition. Let me go over this again. Living condition is not selling condition. These are different conditions of a home. A living condition will have active laundry in the laundry room. It'll have toys around the house. It'll have children's toys around the house. Ours does. I'll bet yours does as well. The beds may or may not be made. Things may not be picked up. These are called living conditions. Selling conditions have all these things picked up, tidied up, put away, toys put away, no laundry showing. That's selling condition. Your job is many-fold when it comes to helping someone sell their home. And one is putting their home into selling condition. This is the condition that's ready for that wonderful battle of offers that we're seeing right now in a seller's market. It's a crazy seller's market. And I don't want you to leave anything on the table. And I want you to earn the respect of your seller to get that referral business going, coming back at you after this sale is done because they love what you did and respect it, and you've earned their trust. This is Real Estate Daily. I'm your real estate guru, where we build your business bigger than ever before. Right down here in the banner, we have our Kickstarter program. You can follow that banner, the link on that banner. Take a look at our Kickstarter program, where we have one-on-one coaching, helping you build your business bigger than ever imagined. We also have a course you can go through at your own pace and build your business huge, bigger than ever imagined. I'll be talking to you tomorrow.